Hi, everybody. Welcome to Faces in the Field. My name is Adam Darengowski. I work with the communications team here at Miller Pipeline. Faces in the Field is, of course, where we highlight the efforts of one of our teammates making it happen out on the job site. Today, that teammate is Julian Finley. He is a foreman out of Denver, Colorado. Julian, thanks for coming on Faces in the Field.
Man, thanks for having me.
Well, first, let's just, I always like to get everybody's kind of origin story, how they got here. How did you kind of find your way into this industry and more specifically, the water side of things here at Miller Pipeline?
So I worked in the oil field for about 10 years before I did this. I spent the last three of my 10 years in North Dakota, and I was kind of tired of all that. And so my buddy GB actually brought me out here, said that there was a 15-year project up here in Denver and 15 years worth of work. I was on board, man. So he kind of brought me in and trained me up on how to do this, and the rest is history.
You mentioned the oil fields. That's some tough work. I mean, that is no doubt. What have you found are the differences between what you do now versus what you did back then? And how did kind of some of those skills carry over to what you do now?
One of the benefits about coming over here is I'm home a little bit more regularly. In the oil field, I'm always chasing it. You're always, getting shipped off on a 2-week hitch or a 3-week hitch. One of the benefits about here is I can get home every day for the most part. Um, some of the ways it translated, I think the work that I did in the oil field kind of taught me work ethic. And so when I came out here, I knew how to work hard, and that's what helped me move up pretty quick.
You mentioned the pace, which I think a lot of people really enjoy in this industry, is that it does go kind of fast. How do you ensure that the quality is maintained as you try and knock out those 6, 7 houses a day that you're replacing?
That's a good question, man. It's tough, really. There's so many moving parts, and as long as everybody's doing their job, and I'm fortunate that I don't have a big turnover rate. Most of my guys have been with me for a while, so I can count on them to, that they do their job properly. As long as everybody does their job with quality, then we're going to be in good shape. So um, it really is just trusting your guys to do the right thing and do their job correctly. If we do have a new guy, obviously everybody keep an eye on him and what he's doing.
Yeah. Um, One of the things that I know you've done, and we met out at a job site when you were a star of a photo shoot, not a big deal, Hollywood now. Um, yeah, was the lead water service replacements, which was a big project for Denver Water. Can you kind of go through what that entailed and then what your kind of favorite part of doing that kind of work was?
So what we do is we replace the water line from the main all the way to the point of entry inside of your house. So we're going into people's houses, we're going into people's basements, crawl spaces, um, and we're meeting new people every day. I've never been in the customer service industry in my life before, so that was kind of a learning curve for me. We're like the baristas of construction. I feel like we're talking to people and getting them to be on board with whatever we're doing. But I think my favorite part about this job is really the every house is kind of like a new puzzle. Every house is different. It's kind of monotonous because we're switching water lines every day, but there's always something new curveball being thrown my way somewhere, you know.
Part of that lead water service replacement for Denver Water too. You guys were on the crew that did the 25,000th replacement. What was that experience like, and how did it feel to kind of get recognized, you and your group?
Man, so we're still on this project. I'm on it right now. I just had a safety audit this morning. Um, I know we're over 40,000 now. So and I've been on this project since day one, since the very day this started, I was here. And so I definitely want to finish this out. I think I'm from Colorado, so if I switched out everybody's water line in Denver, I think that'd be pretty cool. Everybody's cross. Um, yeah, no, it's pretty rewarding, and it's helped me, learn my way around Denver. I'm not from Denver, but it's helped me get in touch with the community around here and get myself in good positions for sure.
You mentioned the rewarding aspect of that. Like, a lot of the guys on the gas side, um, all their stuff's buried, same as you, and they don't get to see it, but you get to go into homes and kind of show people the improvement that you're making. How gratifying is that to know you have such an impact on the community?
Man, I think it's pretty cool. Before I got into this industry, I never gave two thoughts about tap water or where my water was coming from. Now that I'm switching out water lines, I'm able to look inside of the old galvanized lines or see what the lead lines are looking like, and they're gross, man. They're no good. And I know I'm putting in good water lines for people. There's the majority of the homeowners that we do it for are really appreciative because they're not paying for it. This is all coming out of Denver water. So, um, you know, it is definitely gratifying. We're going to be lead free within the next 6 to 8 years. So that's pretty cool, man. I hope they keep me here and I finish this out.
Absolutely. You mentioned that you have good guys on your crew and you don't have a ton of turnover. What in your mind for the work you do makes a good teammate? What do you see that really puts them over the top?
All my guys are pretty tight knit. Um, they all back each other up. They're all willing to help each other. Um, they uh, they work well as a team, and because of that, there's not a lot of division in my crew. There's not two staffs or nothing. It's all one big unit. And I've been on a lot of crews in my life, including in the oil field, where the foreman or the boss had there are few favorites, and then everybody else was kind of outsiders. I don't have that here, and I think because of that, these guys work really well together, and they're all here to have my back, and I'm here to have their back, and everybody works well together. So I think that's paramount, really.
Yeah. Working in Denver, obviously snowy climate, especially this time of year. Do you have to kind of take your safety standard up another notch towards the end of the year? And what does that look like for you and your guys?
Last week we had a pretty good snowstorm, and as soon as the snow stopped, I had a bunch of guys out here with snow shovels, cleaning out the whole street so we could see locates and make sure that we'd be good to go the next day. So, I mean, when you got locates, we have to be able to see our locates. So being cautious and also slip, trips, and falls. Obviously, there's ice on the street sometimes, but what we do is really get the skidster going, sweep up the streets as much as we can. We throw salt as much as we can. We try to get rid of the snow just so we could see our locates. Because if we don't see something and we hit it, if it was marked, it was our fault, no matter if there was snow on the ground or not. So just kind of taking the time to make sure that we have all of our locates visible. It takes a little bit more time during the winter time, but we're used to it. We're good at it.
The one thing too about the customer service aspect is like you're obviously going into homes, but you're also going through their yard, through their street. Things get mucked up. How do you kind of ingratiate yourself to these residents and let them know that we promise we'll get out of your hair soon? Like, how do you go about doing that?
Well, the first piece of advice I have for anybody that's going into people's houses is wear clean socks. They're going to see your socks, and so just being courteous and knowing that these are people's properties. Kind of put yourself in their shoes. Usually when people hire somebody, to come switch, do what we do, they would hire them, and, all the focus would be on their house. We're focusing on 6 houses, multiple houses at a time. And so, the guys that I have going inside of people's houses, I mean, for one, they're personable, every one of them. And I get compliments for how personable these guys are all the time. But they also, clean up after themselves, clean up the hallways. If we, did get some mud on their floor or whatever. I mean, I got a truck full of carpet cleaner right now, just, in case for those incidents. And so I just tell all my guys, put yourself in the homeowner's shoes. Would you want somebody just tearing through your garden? Would you want somebody just tearing through whatever you have in front of your house? We got to put it back together. Let's communicate with the homeowner. Let them know that we're going to have to tear up this part. What do you want us to do with this, or this, And we try to work around the homeowners, because at the end of the day, I want them not to have no complaints about us. I want them to have clean water, and I want the street to look good. And I don't want to have people coming down on me for anything that we're doing. So it is paramount with all my guys too, just try to stay conscious about, these are people's houses and properties.
Absolutely. Well, we have a program here called What I Live For. It just reminds us to be safe. Julian, what do you live for? What keeps you going?
The same thing that everybody else says when you ask me this. I got wife, 3 kids, and my second grandbaby will be coming in February. So
wow.
And
congratulations. That's exciting.
Yeah.
They going to name it Julian?
I tried.
You got to pitch that.
Well, it's a girl, so I'm like, that's an easy play name. I mean,
Julian.
Yeah, or just drop the A, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But, no, unfortunately, they don't think I'm cool enough to name their kids after me. So
kids these days, what do they know?
I know. Yeah.
Well, I like to finish every Face in the Field with some rapid fire this or that questions. I'm gonna toss them at you. You just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
All right, first one: New Year's resolution or no?
Yeah. Yep.
What is it this year?
Want to know what it is?
Yeah.
It's the same thing that everybody else does. I need to get healthier. I need to quit smoking, chewing. I'm gonna quit nicotine altogether. And so that's my New Year's resolution.
If you find any tips, let me know.
Yeah.
Working in the winter, do you love it or do you hate it?
I love it.
What do you love about it?
I work in the street, so if you ever been on the street during the summertime, super hot. Wintertime, it's not too bad. You can warm up by working and getting, get a shovel in your hand. You'll warm up.
Yeah, no doubt. What job did you want as a kid?
Man. I think I wanted to be an artist really bad. That was one of my goals. I wanted to be an artist, and somewhere along the line, I lost all ability to be an artist. So
you have to recapture it at some point.
Yeah. Right.
And then finally, what's your favorite core value? Safety, quality, commitment, or reputation, and why?
It's reputation because, and I'm sure you've had this answer before, but reputation, you ain't having good quality and safety and commitment. If you have good reputation, you have all those things. So reputation is out.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Face in the Field. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. He's Julian Finley. He's a foreman out of Denver, Colorado. If you want to join Julian's team, be sure to visit MillerPipelineCareers.com. You can see all of our open positions and apply there as well. Be sure to follow us on social media as well to stay up to date with job openings, any kind of news that we have. For now, this has been Face in the Field. We'll see you next month.